Thanks for listening to the Thyroid Fixxr podcast with your host, me, Dr. Amie Hornaman, aka the Thyroid Fixxr, functional medicine practitioner, hormone and weight loss expert. We're talking all things thyroid, hormone, and health related in order to empower, educate, and transform you. So if you're ready to get your life back, let's get started. This episode is going to be really quick, but really on point. It's going to be how to fix your metabolism. Boom, right? We all want to know that. We all want to be at a happy weight. We don't want to be struggling with our weight. Weight is a big topic in society. We are getting more and more obese on the daily. Our kids are getting type 2 diabetes at the age of 7, 8, 9. Yes, we are seeing it that early. So this is going to be a game changer for you, and you can probably hear the excitement in my voice. The latest introduction, the latest member of the family to the Fixxr line is Metabolism Fixxr. And this, oh my God, I formulated this just for all my people out there that need to lose weight, that need help in the weight loss department, that can't lose weight no matter what they do, that feel like they have a slow metabolism, and that might be thinking of trying all those peptides out there, you know, the Beverly Hills soccer mom drug of choice for weight loss peptides. Or even if you're on them already and you're like, man, these are really expensive and I'm still not losing weight, add in Metabolism Fixxr. Here's what I did. I took the power of T2, which increases your basal metabolic rate while you are sitting there watching Netflix. You're burning fat while you're watching Netflix. I combined it with a very unique patented ingredient called Suppressa. Suppressa has multiple clinical trials backing its efficacy in reducing your appetite, decreasing snacking, and providing way more control over your food intake. It is amazing. We also see improved emotional well-being, just decreased food cravings all around, reduced hunger, and weight management. Add on top of that, we have green tea extract, we have purple forest purple tea extract, both of which affect the metabolism in a very positive way without the jitters of normal fat burning supplements out there from the 1980s and 90s, right? The ones that made you feel like you're having a heart attack. You will not have that in any of my supplements, Thyroid Fixxr or Metabolism Fixxr. But Metabolism Fixxr, ooh, yeah, we kicked it up a notch. It is in powder form, so you can drink it through your day. It's going to flavor your water. We got orange crush and refreshing citrus. I love them both. It is going to keep you under control all day long. So you throw a couple scoops in your water bottle in the morning, throw a scoop or two in your water bottle throughout the day. You will have fat burning and appetite control the entire day for what? An eighth of a price of the peptides? Oh my God, you can't go wrong. So grab some Metabolism Fixxr today. Please let me know how you do on it. I am super excited for you. Super excited. Go to Disney. I always say this. Go to Disney, go to a mall, go to an amusement park, go to any sporting event. And I want you to sit there and count for me, not the overweight people, the in shape people, the people that look healthy, fit, muscular, lean. You're going to be able to count it on one, maybe two hands. We have an absolute epidemic of obesity right now. And it all comes down to fixing your metabolism. Now, if we fix our metabolism, does that mean that you can go out and eat garbage and drink your beer every single day and say, hey, I have a great metabolism, so I can do whatever I want? No, of course not. But when we fix your metabolism, you're going to be healthier. You're going to reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease. You're going to reduce your risk of cancer. You're going to reduce your risk of all-cause mortality as you age. And then in the present moment, you are going to look, feel, and perform better. You're going to love what you see in your mirror. You're going to feel more energetic. You're going to have better energy through the day because your cells, your actual cells that really give you a metabolism, and we'll get into what that means, they're functioning properly. So all systems are working together. Your body is fighting off disease. It's battling excess body fat. It's battling a fatty liver. It's helping everything. So in the present moment, hey, yes, you get benefits because you can live life and not have this thought on your mind of, oh my gosh, nothing fits. Oh, I'm grabbing this fat. Oh, I wish I could lose 10 pounds. I really need to lose 50 pounds. My doctor even said that I need to lose weight because of high cholesterol or fatty liver or this, that, and the other. Okay, so let's get into my 5 simple steps to fixing your metabolism. Number 1, and you hear me say this all the time, test and address low thyroid function. Test and address low thyroid function. Well, I don't know if I have low thyroid function. I get that. Maybe you don't know, but maybe you should test it. We have to start there because if you're telling me that you have excess weight on, if you're telling me that you're doing all the things, no, really, Dr. Amie, I'm eating well. I'm getting the grass-fed meat. I'm getting in my veggies. I don't overdo the fruit. My family totally cut out processed foods. There's nothing boxed in my house except, maybe like a box of gluten-free crackers that I just love to dip in some hummus. Okay. If you are really doing all the things and you're doing more than just going for a walk, when I say exercise and encompassing all the things, you're doing more than just going for a walk. I'm not saying that going for a walk is bad, but that's not really going to cut it. And we'll talk a little bit more about muscle in step number 2 and step number 5, but you're going to have to do a little bit more than walking. So let's say you're doing all the things and you're still not losing. You're like, what is happening? Let's say you're doing all the things and you're still tired. Let's say you're doing all the things and your hair is not growing or it's falling out, because believe it or not, that is part of metabolism. Metabolism encompasses every cellular function in the body. So that is, yes, of course, it's utilizing your food for energy. It's converting that food into usable energy to fuel your body. That's metabolism. Burning your body fat, that excess white fat on your body, burning that for fuel is metabolism. Growing your hair, cell turnover on your skin, that is metabolism. So metabolism encompasses so much more. We tend to think fat burning, but it encompasses so much more. So when you're dealing with those symptoms, you have to go to the main master gland, test and address low thyroid function. Now, I don't know how many times I've said this. If you've been listening to me for a while, you've heard it a multitude of times. We have downloads with all of the testing you need to get from your doctor. But you better have free T3 and reverse T3 on that test. And it's worth repeating because I still see people in my private Facebook group, the Dr. Amie Love Your Mirror group. Look for it on Facebook, join. It's just kick ass. You're going to get all your questions answered. Yep, you can post your labs in there. And then when I see these labs posted, I see people saying, please help me. My doctor said this. I'm on blah, blah, blah. Usually it's T4 only. And here are my labs. And I go, we can't tell a damn thing without reverse T3. Because reverse T3 tells me if you're converting the inactive thyroid hormone to the active thyroid hormone. It tells me if your body is literally in a state of survival where it is holding on to your fat for dear life, where it is slowing your metabolism down. Now, there are different podcasts specifically devoted to reverse T3, but you have to remember that reverse T3 is our built-in God-given survival mechanism. It goes up when you are in a crisis mode, when you are in trauma, when you're injured. And of course, we want your metabolism to slow down when you are in that state. Let's say you're in the ICU, you're in the ER. We want that reverse T3 to go up so metabolism slows down because your body says, hey, this person needs to heal and survive. We don't need to be burning fat. They don't need to be growing their hair. They don't need to feel good through the day, really. I mean, you don't need energy because you're not getting out of that bed because your body's healing. Now, take that scenario and apply it to day-to-day life. Do you want to be in survival mode walking around when you're trying to get shit done? No. We need that reverse T3 and we need free T3. I do not want to just see a total T3. Now, a lot of you have come in with a total T3, and that is the fault of the labs these days. They are forgetting tests left and right, even though it is written out by your doctor. So double check when you're there getting your labs. Make sure you ask, hey, I'm just double checking that in that lab order that you're putting into the computer, that there's a free T3 in there. And can you please make sure there's a reverse T3 in there? So test and address low thyroid function. Number 2, test and address low testosterone. Now, of course, we want to see all the hormones, right? We want to see all of them. Estrogen, all the different estrogens, estradiol, estrone, estriol, progesterone, and free and total testosterone. And yeah, we want to see SHBG as well. Sex hormone binding globulin. There's a separate podcast on that you can go back and listen to. We'll link to it in the show notes for you. You want to test and address low testosterone because that is a key marker in metabolism. When testosterone is low, so the total testosterone for women, we want at 50 or above. The free testosterone for women, I really want at that halfway mark in the lab value range, like halfway to the upper half. And in men, I don't want to forget you guys, nothing less than 800 total. Nothing less than 800 total. Dr. Tracy Gappin and I just talked about this. You can go back and listen to that episode. And he really loves to look at the free testosterone, which the free testosterone, we really want, again, in that upper quadrant, in the, not just the upper half, but almost the upper quadrant of the range. And a lot of people feel good with free testosterone higher too. And then, of course, we can't talk about testosterone without mentioning SHBG. So SHBG optimal 60 to 80. If it's higher than that, then that SHBG is grabbing onto your free testosterone and it's not letting it get to the cell, which does what? Gives you metabolism. So without testosterone, you're going to lose muscle. You're not going to have energy. Cellular functions are low, and you're not going to have a metabolism. Lean, sexy muscle mass is actually more metabolically active. So when we stimulate the muscle via testosterone, via lifting heavy shit, that's number 5, we'll get to it, then you become more metabolically active on a day-to-day basis. Your metabolism is up. So if you're not quite there, then maybe you need testosterone replacement therapy. Maybe you just need something like hormone Fixxr to give you that little bit of a boost, but you need to test and address low testosterone. Number 3, check and correct blood sugar and insulin. Check and correct blood sugar and insulin. Now, there are many podcasts on just this topic alone. I talk about berberine. I talk about blood sugar Fixxr. Blood sugar Fixxr comes in, it balances that high and low glucose that you're getting, the roller coaster of blood sugar. Blood sugar equals glucose, and it brings down insulin. Fasting insulin is an individual marker. You have to ask for it. It's not on a normal test. And you want that fasting insulin below a 6. Period. End of story. I don't care what the lab value range is. And by the way, the A1C, 4.8 to 5.2. If you're a 5.6 and you haven't been told that you're diabetic, guess what? I can't say it, but you're dipping your toe, if not fully crossed over the line, into type 2 diabetes. Now, who cares? It can be reversed. You can do things to reverse that. So it's not a death sentence unless you just give up, eat like shit, don't control your insulin, keep that high, don't take berberine, then yeah, you're going full blown. We'll see at an A1C of a 7.5 soon. But if you check and correct blood sugar and insulin by changing your diet, by implementing berberine, that will allow your own body to tap into its fat stores for fuel. Because when insulin is high, you are in a constantly perpetual inflamed state. And guess what? Longevity, increased insulin increases your risk of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. We know that now. We know that high insulin contributes to the plaque formation on the brain. If I could go back years ago, my mom's been gone 2 years now, 2 years to this day, and she had Alzheimer's, and she had it for what we think was about 7 years prior to her passing. Now, did I know I was in the functional space? Did I know about this? Yes. But the Bresden protocol wasn't out. Maybe it was out and I wasn't paying attention. My whole family, and I deeply regret this, my entire family fell prey to the conventional medicine system, giving her medications that don't work. And my mom lived on diet pop. I mean, there was 3 diet pops per day, easily. Bread, definitely with dinner, ice cream at night. And she wasn't obese. She wasn't overweight. But that way of eating, and I guarantee you, if I would have tested her insulin back then, we would have seen insulin resistance 100%. If I would have known then what I know now, maybe I could have extended her life. Maybe I could have prevented it if I would have started a low carbohydrate protocol with berberine to get her insulin under control. If I would have started that 9 years ago, she might still be here and she might still be able to see me and what I'm doing now. Don't be that statistic. Don't be that statistic. Get your insulin and blood sugar under control. Yeah, in the short term, you're going to be lean and mean. You're going to lose the body fat when you're doing all these things, 5 steps. You can't just do 1 step. This is a 5-step protocol to fix your metabolism. Then it all comes together. So yeah, you get the benefits now and you get the benefits later. And you reduce your risk of cancer because cancer feeds on sugar. We know this. We can look at it microscopically and we can see, let me back up. What the hell's a PET scan? Guess what they put in you? Glucose. Glucose goes to the what? Cancer cell. That's what lights up on the PET scan. Duh. If that's what we're using to test for cancer, why in the hell would you eat sugar? Why in the hell would you increase your glucose? Why would you keep your insulin high? Is your goal to get cancer? I don't know. It's not fun. I have cancer in my family. My dad made it through. So I have Alzheimer's on one side, cancer on the other. What do you think I'm going to do? Keep my insulin low. I'm going to check and correct blood sugar and insulin, not just for the here and now. Here and now is great. Yeah. I like being fit. I like putting on clothes that fit. I like feeling good about myself when I look in the mirror. That's why I call my Facebook group, my private Facebook group, which I enjoy. I invite all of you to join Love Your Mirror because that's what I want for you. But I also want you to live long. I don't want you to go through cancer. I don't want you to get that diagnosis. I don't want you to start losing your memory and walk down that path of dementia and Alzheimer's. It sucks. Check and correct blood sugar and insulin. Number 4, alcohol. Alcohol once a week, if that. When you're in the beginning stages of losing weight. So if you're coming to me and you're saying, I have 10 pounds to lose, I have 50 pounds to lose, I have 100 pounds to lose. Alcohol is gone. It is gone out of your life until your metabolism is up and running, and then it's coming in at once a week. Alcohol stops the fat burning process. So for my ladies out there that like wine, I hear this all the time. I just need that 1 glass of wine every night just to chill out and relax. Well, number 1, it's screwing up your sleep. Go ahead and wear an Oura ring or wear a Garmin watch and watch what your sleep does when you drink 1 drink. You are not getting that deep restorative quality sleep. And that alone is going to go back to number 3, increase your insulin and blood sugar. If we disrupt your sleep, if we keep you out of deep sleep for 5 days, this is a study that's been done. We keep you out of deep REM sleep for 5 days, you will be diabetic in a week. We'll start to see insulin resistance in 5 days. You'll be diabetic in a week. That's how fast. That's how fast disrupted sleep affects your metabolism, affects your blood sugar and your insulin. So, and if you're drinking every night, you're stopping the fat burning process. And we don't know how long. For you, it could be 24 hours. So that 1 drink every single night can actually stop the fat burning process for 24 hours. So all your work at the gym, all your work of doing all the things, eating right, poof, gone out the window because you have to have that 1 glass of wine to chill out. You need to find a different way. You need to keep alcohol to once a week and you need to cut it out completely in the beginning. So I referenced this before. Andrew Huberman did a very, very enlightening podcast, 1.5 hours, 2 hours long, on what alcohol does to the brain and the body. And he references a study that kind of freaked me out, to be honest, going back to the cancer talk. that if a woman drinks 1 drink per day, and it might even be just 1 drink alone, significantly, I want to say it's 16%, which to me, when we're talking about breast cancer, that's pretty damn significant, increases her risk of breast cancer. I went, God, I need to stop completely. Listen, I love a glass of wine or two with friends. That it's fun, but significantly cutting back for longevity's sake, for cancer prevention, yeah, that's something to consider. It really is, because I can stand there with a club soda and lime socially and look like I'm drinking. And then maybe once in a while, go to the winery, have some glasses, and then call it a day and take off for a couple of weeks. So in the beginning, no alcohol, then it has to drop to once a week. Number 5, lift heavy shit. LHS. Because if you're just going for a walk, if you're on your Peloton, which is the worst invention in the entire world, it's been the downfall of women everywhere. Men, I know you jump on it too. Get off the Peloton. You men should not be on a bike. Go lift heavy shit. Because lifting heavy shit increases your testosterone. So now we're going back to number 2. Lifting heavy shit increases your growth hormone, which is an anti-aging hormone. That improves our ability to burn body fat. It improves our body composition. It's anti-aging. It helps our hair, skin, nails, protects our brain. And Hormone Fixxr with the Tonkat Ali. Again, I have a separate podcast on this. We're going to link to the Tonkat Ali podcast in the show notes because that one's getting buried. You might have forgotten, or you might actually look at it and go, why do I want to listen to this? Tonkat Ali also increases growth hormone. So in addition to improving cortisol, improving blood sugar, improving testosterone levels, it helps increase growth hormone. So you take Hormone Fixxr, then you go lift heavy shit. You're getting a 10-fold increase in your testosterone production naturally, and you're getting a boost in growth hormone. So both of those combined is going to increase your metabolism. Also, remember what we talked about in number 2 with testosterone. When you lift heavy shit, you are building that lean, sexy muscle, which is more metabolically active. So we have 2 types of fat on our body. We have white fat and brown fat. White fat is the stuff that clogs your organs. That's the, the beer belly, the man boobs, the excess stuff on your thighs. That's the white fat. Brown fat is actually good. Brown fat is metabolically active. Brown fat lowers our blood sugar and insulin, number 3. Brown fat is metabolically active in that it increases our metabolism. So when we can stimulate the brown fat and reduce the white fat, we have a better metabolism overall. So that's actually what Thyroid Fixxr does. Again, separate podcast on T2. Oh my gosh, you're going to have so many links, but that's just going to let you bounce to these podcasts easily. We have a couple different podcasts on T2, Thyroid Fixxr, Exercise in a Bottle, Forgotten Thyroid Hormone. Go listen to those. But T2 stimulates brown fat, reduces white fat. So it's helping to increase your basal metabolic rate and stimulate the mitochondria. So now let's just think of this. So you're stimulating the brown fat, which is more metabolically active. That's going to increase metabolism. You are stimulating your testosterone and growth hormone. You're lifting heavy. That's all going to work together. You're going to build some sexy lean muscle. Ladies, you're not going to get bulky. I don't know how many times I have to say this or how many people you have to hear this from. My God, if you're doing a Jane Fonda workout from the 80s and you're picking up little 5-pound, 10-pound weights, pick up something heavier. Because if you can lift something for 15 reps, 20 reps, it's too light. Put it down, pick up the next weight. Actually, get some resistance going. Do a push-up, do a pull-up, do a banded pull-up. I get it. I can't do a pull-up on my own yet. Still trying. I'm down to 1 little band. Do a push-up. Do a push-up on your knees if you have to. Now do 5. Now do 10. Get some body weight. Do some air squats. Hold the weight. Do some air squats. Lift heavy shit. And that will increase your metabolism. I promise you. Okay, recapping 5 steps. Test and address low thyroid function. Test and address low testosterone. Check and correct blood sugar and insulin. Alcohol, Gonzo, or once a week. And lift heavy shit. You do that, and I promise you that you will look, feel, and perform better. And guess what? You're going to live longer. You're going to reduce your risk of cancer. You're going to reduce your risk of Alzheimer's. Bam. Who doesn't want that? Love you guys. I hope it helps. Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. I hope you loved it. And as always, if you would be so kind to leave a review, if you are listening on Apple Podcasts, that would be absolutely amazing. I read all of them. Also, anything that you hear on this podcast is not intended to diagnose or treat any kind of medical condition. So we always recommend that you check with your medical provider, your doctor, your nurse practitioner before implementing anything that you hear on this podcast. And if you want to find out more about working together, you can click the link below in the show notes to book a discovery call. And there you'll be talking to a member of my team. They are an extension of me. They are amazing. And you and I will talk after that once we get you all signed up and you and I get to work together. All right. I hope to see you soon.